Hi everyone, welcome back to my Bible channel where my goal is to bring the Word of God to as many people as possible. Today, I don't know what I just knocked down. Today I will be continuing in our daily devotional series, Pursuing God by A.W. Tozer. So today's devotional, Spectator Christians. By love, serve one another. Galatians 5:13. This we have heard. I am a born-again Christian, and I am happy that my sins are forgiven and I go to church on Sunday because I like the fellowship. We ask, do you not go to put yourself in the way of spiritual blessing? The answer, no, I am saved and I do not need anything. We ask, have you offered to witness, to pray, to encourage, to assist, to participate in your church's life and outreach? The answer, no, my church seems to get along very well without my help. Brethren, this non-participation kind of faith is a strange parody on Bible Christianity. Men and women who say they are believers just cancel themselves out. Is it something we have learned from the sporting events? The great majority are spectators. They come and sit. If there is any true spiritual life within us, God will give us a gift of some kind, and the humble soul will find something to do for God. Lord, I pray for my local church today that many fringe attendees will desire to participate in our church's life and ministry. All right, this reminds me of a comment on my channel where somebody was talking about their faith and how they felt conviction because even though they were believers of Jesus Christ, they felt conviction because they weren't actually sharing the word of God. And so that's one thing that is so important. And one thing that society tries to tell us believers is just keep that to yourself. Keep your faith to yourself. You'll even see a lot of self-professed believers say, oh, well, I'm not that kind of Christian. I don't shove my faith down people's throats. And obviously, even the Bible tells us if somebody doesn't want to hear it, brush off your feet and keep it moving, right? So we shouldn't force people we can't force conversion among people, right? But that being said, we are absolutely called to share the word of God and to spread the gospel. We are commanded to do that. At no point are we told to keep our faith to ourselves. That is and honestly, when we find ourselves in situations like that, that is a conforming to the world. Right? And we are not. Friendship with the world is enmity with God. So we are supposed to be very bold in our faith and bold in proclaiming our faith and sharing the faith, right? And this will make a lot of people hate you, but heck it. This is what we're supposed to do. Let's do it, right? And I do really like how I just was watching a video on TikTok from this account today where I wish I remembered off the top of my head, I would share it, but he was saying that you'll notice is that the talents or the gifts that God gives us that people will use in their faith as well. So, I feel like a gift that God has given me or a passion that God has given me has been in the creative field, right? So what was something that I started making YouTube videos. I started doing things like this was my creative outlet, was to create videos. Right? And look at how, as I've come back to my faith in the past few years, look how God has used the very thing, the passions that he gave me, and I've been able to use that for his glory. So what if somebody who is watching this or listening to this right now, what if you are gifted in art, for example? How can you use that to further God's kingdom, right? Maybe you could make some very inspiring Christian art, some Christian comics even, of comic panels that are able to witness and to share the word of God to people. And so think about it in your life. You may not be in the entertainment field, but let's say that you are. How can you apply the gifts that God has given you and what you're doing in your life to help further God's kingdom, right? This also can apply to charitable work that you do as well. Maybe if you're If you're a carpenter or something, maybe you can do some charitable work with that, with helping build homes for the less fortunate, right? Use your acts, your gifts for acts of service. That will also help be a witness. So you can get plugged into your church. There's so many outreach events in church, for example. But at the end of the day, hey, we are commanded to share the word of God and to reflect the light of Jesus Christ into the world. So I hope that this can encourage somebody to go and do that, because I'm telling you to, as a believer, to truly feel fulfilled, we must be obedient in this regard. And that's one reason why this channel here is just keeping me alive, right? Is keeping me spiritually alive, just running this channel. When I've had my break, it was like, I started to fall into feeling a lack of purpose. And so being back on this channel, it's just really, it feels so right. And so I hope to continue in this and to do everything that I can for God in outreach. So anyway, I'm going on a tangent. There you have it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for your fellowship. As always, if you have any prayer requests, feel free to leave those in the comments so that myself, my prayer team, and anyone else who reads them can pray for you. And thank you so much to everybody who has been praying for me as well. Thank you all again. I'll see you next time. God bless and goodbye.